everyone. Good morning. It is Saturday, November 30th, and it is 6:50 in the morning. We have a show today at the Garber Feed Mill. It is the Holiday Craftacular, and the show starts at 10. I plan to get into Madison right around 8 o'clock. That's when you can start loading in. I like to take that full load-in time. So we are headed right now to get some breakfast. I'm going to go to Quick Trip, which is one of my favorite gas stations, local to the Midwest, but they have really good hot food. So I'm going to grab a breakfast sandwich, grab something to drink, and keep proceeding on. It is pretty chilly this morning. It is a brisk 15 degrees, and it's pretty windy. So with the wind chill, it is a whopping 0 degrees. So thankful that this show is outdoors. I'm sorry, the show is indoors. It is not outdoors. That would be wild, especially with me being in a t-shirt. So grateful that the show is indoors, and it's at one of my favorite venues, the Garber Feed Mill. I do a couple shows here every year. I believe my first YouTube video was the Summer Craftacular at the Garber Feed Mill. So this is the holiday one. This one is my third time being here at the holiday one, and it's always been a great show for me. I absolutely love the owner of Glitter Workshop, which is she's the one that puts on the Craftacular. She has a store within the Garber Feed Mill. But she is one of the first people that took a chance on me when I was just starting markets, and I'm forever grateful for her and for that. So yeah, very excited. It's going to be a really busy, really good day. I can feel it. I just know this show is always really good to me. My people come and they support, and I'm always grateful. Any show in Madison does really well for me. My target customers are definitely in Madison, or in the Dane County area, I should say. So it's about an hour from my house. We left the house about 15 minutes ago. So Quick Trip will be in about 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes I'll be there. Grab my sandwich, and then we'll keep on keeping on. Let's see. I'll probably get into Madison right before 8. Hang out in my car for a little bit. Probably update you then when I do. But yeah, I am excited to do this show. I am next to Tyler with Wood Candle Co., my bestie. He and I do as many shows that we can possibly do together, and haven't seen him in a while. We haven't done a show together since the middle of October, and I have not had a chance to see him since then in person. So really excited to get to spend the day with him. Any day I get to spend it with him is a good day. So yeah, I am going to turn the phone off, keep on driving, and I will see you in a little bit.
Come dance in my glow.
Hi everyone, welcome back. It is Monday, December 2nd. As you can tell, I didn't really have a chance to record anything during the market. I did do a couple kind of overview POVs from behind my booth, but besides that, I didn't really have time to do any update videos, and that was because the market was really busy. It was slammed from beginning till end. We had a line of probably 30, I would say 30 or 40 people waiting to get into the market before it even started, and that traffic was steady all day. I think maybe the last half hour was somewhat slow, but anyone that does markets knows that it's usually like the last 2 hours that kind of really slow down. And this market, it didn't. I feel like I got sales all the way up to the end and hardly sat down at all, but it was so much fun. I got to see a lot of people that I knew. Madison is my hometown, even though I live about an hour away now, but I got to see my mom and some of her friends. One of my best friends came with her mom and shopped my booth. I had a coworker come with her husband and mother-in-law, and just had some other repeat customers that I've seen at other markets and that have purchased from me. I had 2 ladies come that were at my Mount Horeb market, which I don't think I vlogged about, but that market was supposed to be a 2-day market. I only ended up being there day 1 because the wind was so atrocious. We had 30 mile per hour or 20 mile per hour wind all day, like steady, and then there were gusts up to 40 miles per hour, and it was a miserable day. And those ladies saw me on that Saturday and then came back Sunday to purchase from me, and I wasn't there. So they found me at Garver, and I was really grateful that they stopped by. It was great to chat with them, and they each got a blind date with a book. So that was fun. But I kind of just want to go over some of my stats from the market. I hit my sales goal. I exceeded my sales goal, and that's always really exciting, especially around the holidays and this close to Christmas. It's really fun to have that happen. But let's see. So I sold all 8 of my blind date with the books. I only brought 8. I was kicking myself that I did not bring more because I definitely could have sold more. I sold 17 cups, which was awesome. I am very limited on my designs right now. I definitely did not get ahead of it and order some new cups in time for these last 3 markets. I typically have 6 designs at a time. This market, I only had 4, but they still sold pretty well. 17 is about an average number for me now because I don't have a ton of designs. When I get more designs in stock, I expect that number to be higher at markets. I sold 5 crew necks. Hi, honey. That is my daughter, Savannah, coming on in to see what we're doing. But I sold 5 crew necks. I was hoping to sell some more. I don't know if maybe I just missed the mark on designs this year. There were a couple other apparel vendors there, so that might have had something to do with it. But 5, I'll take 5. That's a good number. I sold 13 of my laminated bookmarks and 2 of my fabric bookmarks. But I will say, when you buy a blind date with a book, you get to pick a bookmark of your choice. And I believe 4 of the blind date with the book sales, they chose a fabric bookmark. So even though I only sold 2, I got rid of 6. Let's see, I sold 23 buttons, and I wasn't sure how buttons were going to go because I didn't have a lot of room on my table to set up my typical button display where each button design has a different holder. So I threw them all in a bin, and I think people loved kind of rummaging through them. So 23 buttons is a pretty good number for me. I sold 24 straws and 18 lids for the cups. And then I sold 37 window clings, which was awesome. My window clings haven't been selling as well as they typically do, so I was excited to see a pretty good number for those again. And then I sold 37 stickers and 8 tote bags. So all in all, we had a really good spread of different items that were sold. Hello. I was very happy with sales. Like I said, I exceeded my sales goal. And we are now getting ready for my last 2 markets. So like I said, today is Monday, December 2nd. On Thursday, December 5th, I have a market at a Madison Art Museum. And that market is going to be from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's like a sip and shop, and there's only 10 vendors. So I will be interested to see kind of how that goes. I don't really have many expectations for it. It's my first time doing this market. I was invited to be a vendor, and the booth fee was $0. So whatever sales I get, I will be happy for. But I'm excited to do that. And then this weekend, December 7th and December 8th, I will be at a place in Madison called the Goodman Center. And that is a 2-day market. And that market I have done one other time during the holidays, but I was in one of their different locations where it's only a 1-day market. And then I did their spring market this past April. And that market is typically a pretty good one for me as well. So I'm excited to see how a 2-day market at Goodman goes. And that's called the Crafty Fair. And this is their 15th year doing it. So you are going to see some behind the scenes footage of me getting ready for those 2 markets. And I can't wait to show you. Thanks for watching.
Fireflies in the yard, everything's a work of art. Already got everything we need to dance in the glow.
Hello and happy Thursday, December 5th. We are getting ready to leave to go to our next market. This is a holiday sip and shop at the Chazen Museum in downtown Madison. It is, 10:45. We're leaving now to give us a little time. It did snow last night. I don't know if you could see, not a lot, but it's really cold, so the roads are a bit slippery because salt does not work when it's really cold. I think it's like maybe 15 degrees, but there's a wind chill that's bringing it below 0. And salt does not work very well at those temperatures. So we're going to leave a little early to give us time to go a little bit slower. And this event runs from 3 to 7 p.m. tonight. And I'm really excited. I've never been here before. I've never done a market here before. And I'm excited to see what it's all about. I don't really have many expectations, like sales-wise. The vendor booth was free. I was invited to do this market, which is always a huge compliment. So we'll see. I think my goal will be like $250, not anything crazy. Anything above that, I would be super pumped for. But yeah, I'll update you throughout the market once we get there, once we unload. This market, I actually had to sign up for a slot to do unloading. So I have to unload between 12:30 and 1, which should be no problem. I have my daughter Clea with me, and we should be able to get unloaded in that time. But there's very limited space downtown for unloading and parking, so they have to kind of tier it. There's only 10 vendors, which is cool. I think it's very intimate, and I think it's going to be a really fun time. So I will update you when we get to the market and we're set up, and maybe do a little tour. Great. Good morning. It is Friday, December 6th, and unfortunately, I did not get any video during the market last night. Actually, I shouldn't say unfortunately. It's kind of fortunately, because the reason I didn't get any videos is because it was so busy. Like I said in the video before the market, I didn't have a ton of expectations going into it. That was my first time ever doing a market there. I also am not sure, but it might be the first time they have done that sip and shop. Maybe not. Maybe it isn't, but it's my first time being there. So I had no expectations, and the booth fee was free. So my goal was $250. I over tripled that. So I was very happy with sales. The art museum is located in downtown Madison, right by the campus, the UW-Madison campus. And I definitely find that ages like probably 18 to like mid 30s is really my target market. And there was a lot of that age range foot traffic last night. So that definitely helped, but traffic was steady the whole time. It was another market where I hardly sat down, and that's it's just incredible. I was so grateful for the turnout. And the organizers were like the kindest people. They organized load in and load out so well. Granted, it was only 10 vendors, but even with 10 vendors and very limited like parking, it could have gotten really complicated and really congested, but it didn't. They organized everything so well. They were so sweet, so helpful. They made the rounds during the market multiple times to say hello, to make sure we didn't need anything. They even gave vendors a handwritten thank you card with a gift card to the cafe so we could get something to eat or drink. And that was just, it was like, wow, this is really like so kind. So definitely we'll be doing events with them again if I get invited back, which I hope I do, because it was just awesome. But tomorrow and Sunday, I have my last show of the year at the Goodman Center in Madison, and that is the Crafty Fair. I am, like I said, I'm so grateful that yesterday was such a good show, but that means that I am low on a lot of product. And so we are hustling today to get that done. I need to make some buttons, some bookmarks, and I have all of my fingers and toes crossed that my window cling arrives today, because I've got all this vinyl cut and weeded and ready to be put on window clings, because I am so low on window clings. And I ordered 2 rolls of the cling material that I put this vinyl on, and it was scheduled to be here Wednesday. And of course, with holiday shipping, it got delayed. It is now scheduled to be here tomorrow. However, I looked at tracking this morning, and it's like at our main like post office hub. So I am praying to everything that it gets here today so I can make these. I did. The market is 2 days, so if worse comes to worse and it doesn't get here till tomorrow, I can still make these window clings tomorrow night when I get home and have them for Sunday. But anyone that does markets, you know that Saturday is definitely the busier day. Sundays are kind of slow usually. So I'm hoping that I get to make and bring these tomorrow. Like I said, I'm also doing buttons. I decided to whip up a couple new button designs for this weekend. I don't know. Sometimes I just want to make my life harder, I guess. I don't know. But it didn't take too long. Not too much of my time. I am trying a new paper for my buttons. So I got this, and I'm dropping it. I got this premium bright copy paper by Pen and Gear from Walmart. And usually in the past, I've just used like regular, like nothing special copy paper. And it's always worked fine. The paper has to be relatively thin, otherwise it won't work in the button machine. This is 24 pound and it's 96 on the brightness. I'm not, I don't know a ton about paper, but I feel like that's bright, right? Is it out of 100? I don't know. But it's for use in laser and inkjet printers. I have an inkjet. Says vivid colors, bolder blacks, faster drying. So the copy paper I typically use tends to be a little, almost too thin and a little see-through. And so I think this is just a little bit thicker, and with the bright white, I think it's going to hold the color better. I do know that a lot of people that use the same button machine that I do use like an Epson, I think it's called like Epson presentation paper, and they really love that, but I did not have time to order that and get it on time. So we're going to use this, and we're going to make it work. Let's see what else. My lamination came yesterday, so I will be printing, cutting, laminating bookmarks today as well. And then my second market in a row that I sold out of Blind Date with the Books, which is awesome. People are loving them, which I love. They're so fun to put together. Gives me an excuse to buy books and not feel guilty. But that kind of puts me in a pickle because the used bookstore that I get those books from to make the blind date with the books is an hour away. So I hopped online this morning really quickly and put in an online order to pick up. So my boyfriend graciously offered to pick those up for me on his lunch because he is a bit closer to that bookstore than I am here at home. So, hopefully they pull that order quick and he can grab those on his lunch. Otherwise, me and Savannah will be making that trek after work quickly, but at least I've already purchased them, so I can just run in quick and grab the bags and go. But yeah, so I will also be writing up the little card that goes on the front of those with the genre and kind of a synopsis of the book. I will also have to wrap all of those tonight. I don't know, something weird is going on with my washi tape. I don't know if it's because I switched to butcher paper instead of like wrapping paper, and maybe the butcher paper has a little bit of like a film on it. I didn't think it did. It feels to me just like a regular like brown craft paper, but it must have somewhat of a film because my washi tape does not want to stick to it. It sticks initially, and then once I get to the show, all of the washi tape is popping off, which is really frustrating because it doesn't look great. Like, it's not very appealing. It looks sloppy. So I don't know how to fix that. I don't know if I need to just take like regular Scotch tape and like tape the ends, but again, that doesn't look great. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out because it's not the look. So I also need to get hot cocoa and tea for those. I'm out of that. So we might be making a Walmart run after work, which isn't horrible. It's not too far. But yeah, so those are the updates. It's gonna be a busy day, but it's gonna be a good day. I'm so grateful for all the support that is causing me to be so busy. Last market of the year, this weekend, 2-day market. This is usually a very good one. This is their 15th year doing this market, so I think the crowd's gonna be great. Yeah, that's all I have for now, and you'll probably see some behind the scenes snippets of stuff that I'm doing. But otherwise, I will check in before the market tomorrow.
Wake up, I'm about to shake up every little thing, show you all that we can be.
Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, December 7th. It is 7 in the morning, and I am on my way into Madison for the Crafty Fair. So it starts today at 10. We can start loading in around 8. So I am almost to Portage. That's where I usually stop to get breakfast. So yeah, after I go to Portage to get breakfast, I am about 40 to 45 minutes away still. So timing will be perfect for me to get there right around 8. This event does give you the opportunity to set up Friday night. So I'm not sure how many people took advantage of that and did set up on Friday night. We'll see. There are 3, I believe, different buildings where vendors will be today. They're kind of all right near each other. So it doesn't get super congested. It definitely gets busy, but load-in is still, from my past experience at this event, is still pretty smooth. I've never really had any issues with that. I am flying solo today. I was going to bring Kalia, but I kind of made the last minute decision last night that I would give her the opportunity to stay home this weekend. This is a smaller booth. It's an 8x5, which with 2 people gets really tight, and I don't have a ton of like stuff that I need to haul, and it's a pretty easy haul in. There's not a ton of walking and things like that. I think I mapped it out. I can probably do it in 2 or 3 trips, which isn't bad at all. I have a double-decker wagon, which is one of the best purchases I've ever made. Highly recommend. If I remember, I will put the link to the wagon I have for Amazon in the description for this video. But yeah, I gave her the opportunity to stay home, but she took it, and so I am flying solo today. And this is really the first time I've done like a solo market. If I am like solo for myself, I usually will have Tyler from Wood Candle Co. with me. Like he will have the booth next to me or near me at least. I have never, he's at a different market today, so I will truly be solo, which is scary, but I think it's a great growing opportunity for me as well. So, and like I said, the booth isn't huge. I'm not setting up a tent. I'm not dealing with weather. Like it's going to be a very smooth day, I know. So yeah, I am just about to get to my exit here. If I am able, I will definitely update during the market. This is a 2-day market, so today it goes from 10 to 4, and then tomorrow, Sunday, it'll be from 9 to 2. I love a 2-day market where I can stay set up and I can just kind of stroll in at 8:30 tomorrow and, reorganize my booth or add more product if I need to. I was up till midnight last night doing blind date with a book, bookmarks, and window clings. My window cling got here on time, and so I was able to make, I think I made 40 more for today, and I can make more tonight if I need to. But I was up till midnight, and then I got up at 5 to finish off some last minute like bookmark things. So I'm not super tired though. I'm usually pretty good on little sleep. But yeah, so I will update you once I am set up, maybe if I'm able to. This is usually a pretty busy market based on what I have done in the past with this market, so there is a chance I will not have the opportunity to film a video, but yeah, if I have that opportunity, I will take it. And I am now stopped. All right, look at you now. So yeah, I will update you later, and thanks for watching as always. Hi everyone, so let's go ahead and recap how my last market went, the Crafty Fair. So overall, I was very happy with this market and sales. It was a Saturday, Sunday, and I actually did this market in April of this year, and I made $200 more in April than I did on the Saturday of this market, which was really surprising to me because typically a spring market is slower than like a fall or holiday market. So Saturday was definitely slower than I anticipated, and I heard that same feedback from other vendors that I talked to as well, but overall sales were still pretty decent. The big surpriser was that Sunday was almost as busy as Saturday. So typically a Sunday market is slower. And with this market on Saturday, vendors were in 3 different buildings, and Sunday it was just the one building that I was in that had vendors. So not only was it Sunday, but the market itself also was smaller vendor-wise. So I was not expecting many sales at all. I really went into Sunday with very low expectations, and my expectations were exceeded. Like I said, I made almost the same amount of money Sunday as I did Saturday. So that was a nice surprise. And it did bump my sales into that 10 times booth fee that I kind of always strive to hit. So I was very happy with that. Let's break down some numbers. So overall, I sold 239 items. I sold out of my blind date with the books both days. After the market Saturday, I had to hustle over to the bookstore and get some more books. And I probably could have sold twice as many as I brought. And so I'm always kicking myself when that happens, but it's hard to know, like, what is the balance between getting too much and not enough. I clearly did not get enough. So I sold all 20 of my blind date with the books that I brought. The big seller was my window clings. It seems like they are back in action. So I sold 47 window clings. I sold 41 stickers, 36 bookmarks, 13 cups, which I was happy about. Like I said in a previous clip, cups are not a huge seller for me at the moment. And I think it's really because I don't have a huge variety of designs right now. And let's see. And I sold 8 crew necks. So I was happy about that because this booth was a bit smaller than I'm used to. It's an 8x5. And because of that, I had to fold my crew necks and have them on the lower 2 shelves of my cup shelf. And because they were folded, I really didn't think I was going to sell many at all. I know that, at least for me, it seems like hanging my apparel sells it better than folding. It's much easier for people to see the designs. A lot of times when the apparel is folded, people are afraid they're going to mess it up and they don't want to like touch it and see what the design is. So I was very happy with 8 crew neck sales considering how they were displayed. I think the only, like, load in and load out was great, flawless, effortless, especially because I was doing it completely solo. It went really well, and I was very grateful for that. I will say the only complaint that I had was the building that I'm in. There is one, so there's 3 rows of vendors and then like kind of like a corner offshoot on one of the end rows. And only one of the rows, and it was the row that I was in, has these really big like brick pillars that run right through the middle of the row. And I just so happened to be in front of one of those pillars. And that definitely, I personally think it cost me some sales. The pillar was directly in front of my cup/apparel shelf. And it was causing a lot of congestion. If people were stopping to look at my stuff, it would back up traffic because people could not get around it. I definitely, like I said, there were definitely times where people were like looking at stuff and it seemed like they were interested, and then they saw that like traffic was backing up and they're like, oh shoot, put the item back and like hustled away because they were in the way essentially. So I didn't love that. And I'm hopeful that maybe in the future, that maybe in the future there is a way to incorporate those pillars differently. Whether it's making that aisle wider and taking a little bit of width from the other aisles, or maybe running the booths the other direction so that those pillars are kind of incorporated into like being in between booths where it's not in the aisle. I don't know if I described that right, but basically just trying to avoid having those right smack dab in the middle. Or maybe there's no booths there. Maybe that's just a wider section that you can walk around, or there's only a booth on one side in that area. I don't know. I'm sure there's some solution, but I would love just something different for next year. It's, if at all possible. I'm obviously not the organizer. I don't know how easy it would be to kind of relay out that building. If there's no solution, then maybe the booths that are in that aisle that are affected have a lower booth fee. I don't know. There's definitely a solution there somewhere. But that was really my only complaint. Like I said, load in and load out were great. All the vendors around me were great. I was completely solo, so I did have to ask my booth neighbor to watch my booth quickly while I ran to the bathroom on Saturday. And that's always a little nerve-wracking, but it was fine. It went great. Organizers are great. Sunday, we actually had the mayor of Madison stop by, and she did stop at my booth and purchase some buttons, and we had a nice chat about some book stuff. So that was really cool. She was there to do a news segment on how important it is to shop small during the holidays. So that was super appreciated. It was great to see her. Yeah. So that was my last show of 2025. My next show is going to be the first weekend in February. I'm sorry. Did I say last show of 2025? Last show of 2024. My first show of 2025 will be the first weekend in February. And that feels really soon. I always feel like I have this like big gap of time to relax and do some planning. And the next market comes really quickly, always. So first weekend in February, it will be at the Milwaukee County Sports Complex in Franklin, which is about 2 hours from me. I have done multiple shows here. I think this will be my third or fourth show at the Milwaukee County Sports Complex, but I did do an outdoor show with them in the fall as well. So it's organizers that I have worked with before. They are great. I love going to the Milwaukee County Sports Complex. The venue is quite large. Load in and load out is super easy. Booth spaces are really generous. I think mine is a 12 by 12. I'd have to take a look. But I typically will just set up for my 10 by 10, and then I've got the extra room on the sides for movement. It's always a good time. And it's their 10-year anniversary. So I think they have some things in store to kind of celebrate that, which will be really fun. So I know this video got a little long. Thank you so much for hanging in there till the end. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to sharing even more of these with you in the new year. Bye.